Hey there guys, what's up, what's going on? It is Movie Review Mike 18 here, back with yet another movie review for you guys. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing A Star is Born. I know this review is probably a little outdated. This movie came out a couple weeks ago by the time this video is going to be posted, but f*** it, I wanted to review it anyway. A Star is Born follows a very popular country singer by the name of Jackson Maine, played by Bradley Cooper. He discovers an impeccable talent in a nightclub singer slash waitress named Allie, played by Lady Gaga. So the two of them come together and start working on songs together while he gives her sort of an outlet to sort of jumpstart her career because she's really good. She's a really damn good singer. She's really talented, and she blew his frickin' socks off during the first time he saw her play. And the two of them begin to form a relationship with one another while Bradley Cooper's character begins to deal with some of his own personal demons. So guys, this is actually the fourth remake of A Star is Born. We had the original film come out in 1937, then we had a 1954 remake, then we had a 1976 remake, then we had a 2013 remake, which was a Bollywood film actually, and now we have the fourth remake of 2018. And no, I have not seen any of the other A Star is Born films. Why, you might ask? Well, quite simply, I'm 22 years old and I'm still trying to catch up on every other big popular movie that everybody keeps telling me to watch. So yes, that's why I haven't seen it yet. So A Star is Born is directed, written, produced, and acted by Bradley Cooper. So you can absolutely tell that this movie was his baby, and he has put so much effort, time, and consideration into this project, and it also really shows you how badly he wants an Oscar. It's also interesting that Clint Eastwood was originally going to direct another Star is Born remake before Bradley Cooper was put on board with the project, and Beyonce was going to star in what became Lady Gaga's role. And it's actually kind of funny because now Clint Eastwood is releasing his new movie, The Mule, which stars him, which looks really damn good, by the way. The guy's 88 years old. Holy shit. And that movie also stars Bradley Cooper, and Clint Eastwood is the lead actor in that film. So the two of them might be vying for Best Actor at the Oscars this year, which could get very interesting. All jokes aside, I actually would have liked to have seen the version with Beyonce as well, because let's face it, she really needed a revamp of her film career after that pile of shit. You guys know I'm right. So guys, quite frankly, A Star is Born is a wonderfully crafted, emotional powerhouse that I really, really enjoyed. This is a love story. It's a love story about two very passionate, very talented people on one hand, and about all of their contributions to music and what they want to really say with their art and how they want to use their platform to sort of voice their issues. And on the other side of the spectrum, this is a very dark and haunted look into the life of an alcoholic, into the life of somebody who's been very strongly plagued by substance abuse. And the movie sort of focuses on the toll it's going to take on the people closest to him in his life. And it's wonderfully and beautifully acted by both Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, who have absolutely amazing, stunning chemistry with one another in this film. Really great, believable, natural chemistry that the two of them have. One of the best on-screen duos I've probably seen in a film all year. That parking lot scene outside the grocery store, though, that was some good shit. A lot of people got really excited when they saw Lady Gaga in the first trailer for this movie. And I'm pretty sure all the people who were 100% supportive of her from the beginning were not only fans of her music, of course, but also were fans of her work in American Horror Story. Now, I haven't watched that show personally, but she just received a Golden Globe for that, and I've been hearing rave reviews about how good she is in that show. So yes, Lady Gaga is no stranger to acting. She's done it before, but this is her first big film role. I mean, she's been in other smaller roles beforehand in other movies, but this is her first leading actress role, and she does not disappoint at all in this movie, guys. She's just so down to earth and naturalistic in this movie. She has a lot of really solid, really strong facial reactions. And that is where a lot of the performance was really sold for me, and a lot of me bought into her as an actress in this movie. But I didn't really see her as Lady Gaga. Of course, yes, she doesn't have all the makeup, she doesn't have the wig on, and she looks beautiful without all of that stuff. But what I was also really impressed with was how she was able to sort of handle the hefty dramatic weight that this film sort of throws on her character, especially towards the latter half of the movie. She really carried her own in this film, and I really loved exploring her character's journey from what is essentially nothing to working as a singer in a nightclub to being on a huge billboard, but also just rising above all of the sort of criticism she ever got from anyone she approached in the industry. I really liked that depth to her character, that she had tried to sort of join the music industry beforehand, but they told her no because of how she looked. And of course, she shines the most in all of her musical performances. Every time she's singing, she is incredible. But of course, that's where all of her natural talents go. She's an amazing singer. I'm not a huge diehard Lady Gaga fan. I do like a few of her songs, but she is just unbelievable in those scenes. And I'm just gonna say this much right here. I'm gonna call this right now. Her last scene in this movie, they're going to be playing that as her Oscar reel during the next Oscar ceremony when they announce the nominees right before they present the winner for Best Actress. I'm not even joking. It's that good. But wait a second, what about Bradley Cooper in this movie? Bradley Cooper delivers what is easily one of, if not the best performances of his career in this movie. I was 100% fully invested into this man's struggle and every personal demon or bad choice or vice that his character faced throughout this film. And he handled everything brilliantly. And every time this guy just like breaks down and comes to a big realization in this movie, I was dead, man. He's just so emotionally vulnerable as a character, and he brings so much life and joy, but also regret and darkness to the character and the role as well. He has at least four that I can think of right off the top of my head. 4 Oscar-worthy scenes in this film, and that's just to name a few. There's just a shot in this movie. He's laying on this bed and he's holding Lady Gaga's character in his arms. I can read so much in his eyes alone. I can see so much what his character's going through. It's shots like that and it's direction like that, but it's acting like that first and foremost. That makes me say that is fantastic and amazing acting. If he's going to get any sort of Oscar nominations for his work on this film, I 100% feel he deserves the Best Actor nomination first and foremost over everything else. Also, holy shit, this dude can sing, man. Bradley Cooper has some voice as a country singer. Now, I am not a big fan of country music, but I sure as hell enjoyed a lot of the music that was in this movie, and Bradley Cooper really delivered on that end, and I really did not expect that. Also, bonus points go to this movie because Bradley Cooper used his own dog in several of the key scenes where he's interacting with a dog in this movie, and that dog was adorable. Have to mention, Sam Elliott plays Bradley Cooper's brother in this movie. He's really good. He has like 2 scenes that I feel are even best supporting actor worthy. He has a very interesting relationship dynamic with Bradley Cooper's character. The two of them are half-brothers, but they have a very distant sort of relationship with one another, and I enjoyed a lot of the scenes in the film. I wish we actually did get a little bit more of Sam Elliott's character. I thought that their dynamic was really good, and Sam Elliott was also very, very good in this movie. Dave Chappelle is also in this movie for a brief, like 2 scenes, and he was really good. They kind of just reduced him to just the friend character, which was a little upsetting. I kind of wanted more from him, and I kind of was questioning what his purpose was in this film at all. I want to say what it is, but I don't want to spoil the movie for you guys, so I'm not. But his scenes were nice, but I wish they had done more with him. So guys, let's talk about the script for a second. Bradley Cooper didn't just write the script himself. It was co-written with him and a few other screenwriters. but it is really damn good. I mean, the dialogue between the characters is so great, and that's one thing that definitely added to the chemistry between Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga's characters. I bought them in a relationship, I bought them as a couple. They have a lot of cute moments together, of course. And one of my favorite scenes, like I mentioned earlier, was there's a scene in a grocery store where they purchase a few things and they're sitting outside in the parking lot and they're just talking. They're just talking about their past. They're talking about their love of music. And it's scenes like that that I felt were so naturalistic and down to earth that I actually really liked and admired those scenes so, so much. I love how this film touches upon the idea that art is important, and what we say as artists, what our voices are through our own specific platforms, in this case, it's two singers, what they have to say is very crucial and very key. And I love that message in this movie. I love when films acknowledge that message. Cooper is a bomb-ass director. This is a really solid directorial debut. I really liked a lot of the choices he made as a director in his visual style and how he chose to shoot this film. I do think the cinematography is really, really good. There are a lot of very interesting visual images that Bradley Cooper instills with the viewer that not only hint on what is later to come, but really showcase the sort of struggle that the characters are going through. And he does that several times throughout this film very quite well, and I really admired a lot of his decisions on that end. Amazing, amazing cinematography and lighting choices that I really admired. I also liked the shooting style for quite a bit of this film. They decided to shoot, especially some of the performance scenes, very handheld. I really liked the look and feel of the opening scene. It always gives me the feeling when they shoot a scene handheld that something uneasy is going to happen. I admire just little choices like that, just from a filmmaking perspective and from a directorial perspective. Also really, really good in this movie. Can't help but mention this. The songs and the music. So the songs themselves, I believe, were all originally crafted for the sake of this movie, and they are all really, really good. In particular, two songs really, really floored me. Lady Gaga has one final song that absolutely left me breathtaking. What I feel is the best song of the movie and absolutely deserves to win Best Original Song, Shallow. Look it up on YouTube if you haven't seen the movie. Listen to the song. It's really good. It's so powerful. I love that song, and it's amazing. My biggest issue with the film, and the one thing that's keeping me from saying this is a perfect movie, is the fact that I do feel this movie is a tad bit too long. The most exciting and interesting parts of the movie were the first half, maybe the first like 45 minutes to an hour, and then the last like 45-30 minutes of the film. Everything else in the middle I felt was decent, you know, it was solid, but I definitely felt it dragged a little bit. There were some key scenes that stood out throughout the middle portion of the film, but all in all, I definitely wasn't as excited or invested into the film as I was in the first half and in the second half. They could have shortened a few things, maybe cut a few scenes in the middle that weren't as stronger as other scenes were, in my opinion. There is an important message that this film is trying to say about what artists can do with their voice and their platform. They kind of hit you over the head with that message maybe once too many times. I definitely feel once or twice was enough, but I feel like Bradley Cooper's character kind of repeated that more than he should have, and I think that a lot of that could have been cut out as well. I think the point was already clearly made the first time it was brought up in the film, and the rest of it could have just been acted on. So taking all of that into account, guys, this is still a highly entertaining film. It's just a really, really feel-good, but also very dark and haunting film at the same time that I definitely highly recommend you check out. In the end, guys, I am going to give A Star is Born a solid grade of a 4 out of 5 stars, or a grade of an A-. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are incredible in this film, and for Bradley Cooper's first directorial debut, I am very excited to see if he's going to continue doing this. I definitely don't want him to stop acting, because I think that was the best component of this film, was his performance. but I would like to see what he would choose to direct next because he did a great job with this film. So guys, those are my thoughts on A Star is Born. What did you guys think of the movie though? I'm going to leave it up to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next couple of movie reviews, which will be coming very, very soon. Thank you as always for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.